Okay, hi everyone, it's Mimi. I wanted to start a new series with you all called What is So Interesting or WISI. Topics can be anything from books, music, videos, TV, movies, and things like that that I found interesting recently. If it's on WISI, it's most likely not going to be something new or hot or trendy at the moment. Most likely it's something I kind of stumbled onto, something I wanted to share that I thought might interest some of you. So for today's WISI, it's an anime, and the service I found this anime on is. First of all, I'm not an anime expert. I'm not even close to an otaku. I used to spend more time on anime by being up on the latest shows and products. However, life happens, you know. If even if I moved away from anime though, it's still something I very much enjoy. So when you hear my offering for an anime, it's coming from an average person, someone who appreciates anime's existence but is just your casual viewer. That being said, I hope it doesn't stop any of you from experiencing the anime just because I'm the one talking about it. And for those of you who are also kind of casual viewers, I hope you give the anime a try. By the way, there are no spoilers. It has 7 full length movies. This video would end up being like 20 plus minutes long if I included spoilers. The anime is called The Garden of Sinners, or Kara no Kyokai, is a light novel series authored by Kinoko Nasu and illustrated by Takashi Takeuchi. Garden of Sinners is a collection of 7 movies, an epilogue, and 2 later released Blu-ray movies. All in all, there are 10 parts. Each movie was released in Japan from 2003 to 2009, with the final 2 being released to Blu-ray 2015. Received the rights to air the anime, and it became available to premium users in February 2018. So this is how I learned of the anime, just hitting that random button on the top. As a note from someone who has watched the whole series though, I'm quite surprised an anime this dark and this gory was released uncensored by Control. I will list each movie as episodes because this is how listed it. So for those of you who have more anime background, The Garden of Sinners exists alternatively to Tsukihime and Fate's Stay Night. You may recognize and realize similarities in characters and many concepts used in all 3 series, though they are not directly interlaced or related. Right, the movies were released in chronological order. Did I get that right? Because, I was practicing that word for so long. I hope I nailed it. Anyway, so the primary storyline time jumps episode to episode. This time jumping was an interesting and very deliberate choice that the creators made. In many cases, time jumps are jarring, confusing, and take getting used to. This isn't an issue for Garden of Sinners. By releasing movies in this manner, we can't help but focus attention on the conflict at hand and who is suffering the most from the conflict. Most of the time, this was not our protagonist. Placing the movies with plots focused on main character development alternatively to subordinate character development creates an enriched environment surrounding the primary character. For those of you who have an aversion to watching things out of order, I listed the episodes in chronological order in the description. It's a spoiler in a way, so that's why I didn't put it in the video. In truth, it is best to watch the series as it was originally intended, chronologically. I said it again, see? Woo! Okay, the story spans a primary period of 4, count them, 4 years, 1995 to 1999, with one short visit to 2010. In general, the main protagonist is Shiki Ryugi, who awakens from a coma caused by a car accident. She's been in a coma for 3 years, and there is a blossoming relationship between Shiki Ryugi and her classmate Mikia Kokuto, who has been visiting her every day for those 3 years in the hospital. Shiki is part of a family of demon hunters, which explains her fighting ability. Though there's a paranormal theme that ties everything together on the surface, there's a much more sinister power at work pushing the story along beneath it all. The whole magical girl trope is not as in your face as in almost every paranormal anime. Hell, if I didn't read up on this anime, I wouldn't have realized she was dealing with demons. And that is what makes this anime so different. The anime's true intent is to make a statement regarding mental health disorders. Our protagonist suffers from dissociative identity disorder and periods of hopelessness. She doesn't suffer from some weird magical curse or anything of that nature. It's an actual diagnosed disorder.
ただ、俺と四季は別人じゃない。両義四季は常に一人だ。俺と四季の違いは、物事の優先順位がずれてるってことかな。
優先順位?
This entire series deals with some very dark subject matter such as that. Each installment of the series deals with a form of sin as well. The first episode has suicide. The second has murder. The third, forced, non-consensual intercourse, and so on. As I mentioned earlier, I didn't even realize the people she dealt with were demons. In an average life, human beings can become monsters or seem as if there's monsters that are inside them. So I assumed these were actual human beings who simply lost their way. Their suffering stems from true, relatable problems that can suddenly affect anybody. We're not talking about curses, like I said before. We're not talking about some magical bug bite. These are true problems that people do have in the real world. And I never thought of these people as evil, and I never thought of Shiki as being abnormal for having more than one personality. I understand how and why they went with magical paranormal trope. Magic is more fun to watch and makes for great animation sequences. Thinking of some problems as paranormal can make these extremely tough subject matters easier to digest. This also explains how Shiki's abilities and overpowered skills come into existence. Her death sight ability can literally cut the ties that bind. Over the course of the films, our two main characters, Mikio Kokuto and Shiki Ryugi, grow together. I learned that the strongest force behind Shiki's maturation and growth was acceptance. Mikio fully accepted every aspect of Shiki Hyogi, despite her mental issues. He believed in her, even when she didn't believe in herself. He knew without a doubt that she could never hurt someone just for the sake of hurting, even when all she could think of was actually killing people. There are a variety of reasons to watch Garden of Sinners. One being the cute stop-motion shorts before the film. Other reasons are if you enjoy stories that use metaphors to describe philosophy, then this series might be for you. If you're a person that's also interested in dark subject matters, then you should check out Garden of Sinners. I'm not going to say that the whole series is flawless. There are some flaws in it. However, I feel that its message should be received because not everybody sees things the same way. And if it's easier to see these things in a sort of magical light, then as long as there's some kind of light being shined on them at all, it's good. So again, let me cover the topics, okay, just so that you guys know and you're not like, what the hell, what is this crap? Topics covered are dissociative identity disorder, used to be called multiple personality disorder, suicide, murder, forced non-consensual intercourse, religious fanatics, addiction, and terrorism. You decide if any of these subjects interest you. However, again, use caution. There are a couple of things you should consider beforehand. These are movies, so you have to set aside a good chunk of time to watch just one of the movies. The second is there is some extremely dark material being shown. I advise a trigger warning, especially for the forced, non-consensual intercourse in episode 3, Remaining Sense of Pain, Ever Cry, Never Life. There is no censoring of any gore of any kind. There's just no censoring of any of it. So be careful who is around you that may be too young to see that stuff. And again, for those of you who want to know the actual order of the episodes as they occurred in real time, I have dated and put that list in the description box down below. Okay, that's it. I won't give it a rating because there is really no scale that I could use arbitrarily to make it fair. But I hope you guys check out the series. So I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you beauties next time.